Rantcast. Yes, it's the Rantcast podcast. Live on twitch.tv/TheRantCastPodcast. Not live anywhere else, but thanks for supporting us if you're listening or watching on Spotify or YouTube. All right, it is July 1st, 2025. This is episode 77. And I'm your host, Kurgan, and soon to be joined by my returning co-host, TheStrangeBus. I'll bring him on here in a second. The music you're listening to is the theme music created by StangeBus using Suno.com's AI. So I hope you enjoy. And we've got some topics, but first let me bring him on the line here. All right, you're on.
This is the StangeBus, brother, and you're listening to the TheRantCast Podcast. The only podcast that brings the pain 100% of the time, all the time.
Let me tell you something, brother.
Let me tell you something, brother.
Oh man. Until we can get Ric Flair on, that's the best we can do.
Woo!
Oh man. I tried to do an AI Ric Flair at one point. It didn't sound anything like him, but it was fun to try. Oh man.
Hi everybody.
Yeah.
Welcome to the TheRantCast Podcast. We've got a pretty good show for you. Isn't that right, Kurgan? We've got topics abound. I believe.
Lots of topics. Yeah, as often happens, we have topics that spill over from previous episodes and that bleed into other episodes. We just have to keep coming back. So, but it's good to have you. Good to have you with us. Let me get you on the screen here, and maybe we'll kind of catch up a little bit, see how you've been doing.
All right.
Yeah, I feel like I've just been kind of doing the same old, just getting ready for Gen Con and staying up too late and trying to get work done at the same time.
I mean, I feel like everybody's kind of been a little busy.
Yeah.
Throughout the week, leading the weekend, last week, I got really sick. I got like a stomach bug or a stomach virus Tuesday and Wednesday.
Not fun.
Thursday, I had work, like usual. And then Friday, I took time off to go to a family member's wedding. So we had quite a lot going on. So we did a rehearsal on Friday. Saturday was the actual wedding, so I was just booked. We stayed at a hotel. We weren't technically going out of state, but we did go pretty far. And then let me go ahead and pause myself now. Was making sure we were getting ourselves back on screen. I can see chat now. But anyway, we took that time, and then immediately I helped clean up that Saturday night. We stayed at the hotel, woke up early the next morning, and went straight home just to change and go to church. So pretty much the whole weekend was run around, get stuff done. There was some fun in there. There was some relaxation in there, I'm not going to lie. But it was a run around. Let's be here. And it was in the heat. It is hotter than the devil's asshole here. I don't know about you guys, but it is fucking hot.
Heat wave and through the Midwest for sure.
Yeah, where I'm at in Iowa, it is incredibly hot.
Mm-hmm.
So, and it's not like unnaturally hot temperature wise. Like it'll be like 79 or 84, so it'll be hot. But then you've got the humidity that stacks. So we get anywhere from 60 to 80% humidity that stacks on top of that. And then if it sometimes gets into the 90s, you're looking at maybe like a feel of like 110, maybe 120 degrees, and it gets unnaturally hot. So you're just swimming in it.
I know the feeling. I'm like coming out of work, being in the AC all day. I know, lucky me. And then as soon as I get out, I'm like fired up. I'm like, man, I'm gonna get so much stuff done when I get home, and it's like that heat just like sucks it all away. I'm just like,
Yeah, like Arnold Schwarzenegger in Total Recall, your eyes bulge out, your face gets all red. Yeah, it gets really bad. So
what a movie! But yeah, that's the feeling.
It was pretty intense. I wouldn't say it was like super bad because we had our fun moments. It did cool down throughout the night, so but it was just tiring. I'm still kind of feeling a little bit of it, but I did get some naps in, some little power naps in. So I just had to be out in the heat again today to do the yard. And with it being that hot, it is, like you said, it just sucks it all out of you. So
Gotta stay hydrated.
it's very tiring.
Yeah.
Yes, definitely. Got this bad boy for. I had water in there, and now I've got coffee in there. So I'm ready to go.
Maximum hydration. Not yet.
Non-existent promo code,
Non-existent. Yeah.
but I got a big, huge cup now that I can utilize. So
There you go.
anyway, I hope everybody's doing well. Hope you're taking good care of yourselves and each other,
Mhm.
because that's what really counts.
Yeah.
And we're ready for some rants. Kurgan, go ahead and take us away. What do we got on the
Yeah.
docket today?
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Well, I do have some topics. I feel like I've been missing out on you being on the show, and definitely want you to be able to get your stuff in. Because I could go on and on, as you know, about the stuff that I talk about. But the main topic that I was noticing is, all this time we've been waiting for more HeroQuest news. Well, in the meantime, this guy Jordan Sorcery, who's been making a name for himself with his interviews, lucky guy, a little bit jealous.
Oh yeah,
So you can check him out on YouTube. It's Jordan Sorcery and Jordan Sorcery Pods, where he's been doing these interviews. Well, apparently Stephen Baker of HeroQuest fame, actually reached out to him directly. So even Stephen Baker knows who this guy is. And he did a couple interviews. One he did, which people have already been kind of passing around, which was he's talking about, HeroQuest, revealing some more details about how the game was made, showing pictures of some of like the early like prototype pieces, which was pretty awesome. So definitely check that out. But the newest one is he's promoting this new game that he's making, and it's I don't think it has anything to do with Hasbro, but it makes me think of something that Craig Von Ness, another game designer, told me, which was, you're in the business for all these years and you have all these ideas, right? And all these like drafts and prototypes and stuff, and most of them never see the light of day. But you still got them on the shelf because you're like, okay, one day I'm gonna dust this off when the time is right, and I'm gonna throw it out there. Always have something ready to go. So I recalled that Stephen Baker had done this Dinosaur game in 1993, which I'd never heard of. But I was like, man, if I was the right age when this came out, I would have gone for it. But anyway, apparently he's making a new Dinosaur game, which is not the same one, but it's kind of got maybe some inspiration there. So there's a video on that too, and we could definitely talk about that some. But other than that, I think it's just kind of just getting ready for Gen Con, getting ready for whatever they're going to throw at us. I haven't heard much from Avalon Hill. They have been kind of quiet. So I think they're keeping their secrets to themselves till the time is right.
good or bad? How do you figure they're a
Well,
sports fan?
I mean, there is a little bit of maybe bad in there because I
Hmm.
know that there was things were kind of calming down. They'd hired a new guy for the Avalon Hill Discord, and it was like, okay, and they sealed the deal with Joe Manganiello to get him back to do, put the finishing touches on his project. And it's like, okay, things are going well, and then we have the whole tariffs thing, and it's like, okay, and that's kind of calming down too, and people are kind of relaxing a little bit. But then it's like, oh, and then there was more layoffs, and then there was just quiet, and people were like, well, I hope none of you got fired. No response, and it's like, okay, well, I know they can't talk about it. They can't say anything, and they probably, aren't supposed to talk about it. But it's kind of just like, okay, but has anything changed? I guess we'll find out. I mean, when the first round of layoffs happened, and the next Gen Con, it was like, okay, when we get there, for all we know, it's going to be just like, one guy just standing there, like, hey, buy our products, But thankfully, they were able to, still do a lot with what they had. Obviously,
Right.
it it derails your plans, when you lose several prominent people on your team. I could say myself, as somebody who works for a big corporation, like we see turnovers and downsizing and stuff happening, and it's just kind of like there's a lot of uncertainty. People wondering, okay, am I next? Should I be? I should probably put my resume out there. I should make plans just in case. You know, so there may be some of that going on. Um, but I feel like Avalon Hill's whole thing is their official like press releases and stuff are very like curated. very calculated. And the other stuff they do is just completely viral. But ever since Carmine left, those have been, or was let go, those have been like very minimal. Like it's hard to get anything more out of them than what they do at those official like spots. So if Doug's not at a convention, nobody knows what's going on. And it'd be nice if like Stephen Baker would tell us, but as we know, as we've known for many years, he's not an official like employee of the company. He's a freelance vendor. He's basically like a guest, guest host kind of thing. So he doesn't have access to that information. And even if he did, he wouldn't, be allowed to say anything, I'm sure.
Bohemia says it might be a HeroScape hybrid.
Oh, this new game?
Looks like a HeroScape hybrid, he says.
Ah, okay. Yeah, I didn't watch or get the details from Mr. Baker's new game. Yep, from the pictures. Yeah, so I can grab the link here. I'm going to post a couple links in the Twitch chat. So the first one is Die Schleit der Dinosaur, which is the 1993 game. So I was a teenager. I'd seen Jurassic Park and it was like, yeah, but we didn't have this game. This is a German game. But the actual
And I
one,
wish we had good dinosaur games. The only thing we got from Jurassic Park was what? Trespasser? I
Trespasser
guess
was not
something
good.
else.
Was not good.
Oh.
Actually, there was a lot of Jurassic Park hype, and there were Jurassic Park toys. Remember Dino Damage? Well, nowadays
Yeah.
it's kind of good. I do not care at all about the Jurassic Park franchise. Those movies have been crap for a long time. And there's
They're not great.
the Jurassic Park Chaos Theory, that animated show. I watched a couple episodes with my brother, and it's like that's all right, but I mean it's just not my thing. But because of those shows and movies that they keep shoveling out, because of that, the toy stores are stocked with, you know, floor to ceiling with dinosaur toys, and I love it. It brings me back to my childhood when dinosaurs were everywhere, and so for that, I guess keep on shoveling.
Keep on shoveling.
So anyway, so yeah, I don't blame Mr. Baker for getting in on the action. I mean, he was doing dinosaur games before it was cool. But I'm gonna link it's called HeroQuest Designer Interview. This is the one for making HeroQuest. So just to get that out there, this was the Stephen Baker Jordan Sorcery interview. But the newest one, it's called From the Maker of HeroQuest, Development Diary #1. And this is the new game.
Okay.
And so the name of the game, I can get it from the thumbnail here, because I haven't really had a chance to check it out myself either. So yes, some reporter I am. It's a gladiatorial arena combat game called Saurozoic Warriors Arena. I could see if Board Game Geek has an entry yet. Saurozoic. See, the other game that was doing was called Where Heroes Dare, and that one was canceled for reasons that are not 100% clear. Yeah,
Canceled for reasons unknown.
yeah. Well, some people were speculating. I don't know if they were just basing it on completely nothing or if they had some info, but they were saying, oh, because of health reasons. And I was like, oh, is he sick? Is he, retiring from the business? But if he's back with a totally different product, I mean, who knows, right?
Right.
A lot of these independent game companies, as we know, like several of them were in financial trouble anyway. I guess Simon or Come On Games folded. And so Simon, yeah. So if you've ever heard of Zombicide, I guess that's their big game.
Oh, I just think of and suddenly Simon.
Suddenly Seymour, yeah, Little Shop of Horrors. Well, I was like, come on, man. But yeah, it's like, so the story with that is, I mean, they said, oh, it was tariffs, broke us. But
Tariffs.
I guess the bigger story was that they were like paying for one Kickstarter with another Kickstarter and like all this domino thing, and because they couldn't fulfill one, like the rest of them were collapsing and they were just losing just tons of money. And yeah, maybe it was bound to fail unless they had, success after success, which they didn't. So sadly, that was gone. But the fear was, okay, how many other companies are there out there with that same sort of model or mentality where they're just hanging on by a thread. If even one thing goes wrong, they're done. Bohemia says Super Dungeon Explorer is the best from CMON, or come on, Super Dungeon Explorer. Yeah, it seemed like their games. I never played any of them. I never played Zombicide either, but it was just like they looked like the sort of games that were trying to appeal to people's nostalgia. Like, oh, you remember these games? Well, here's a game that's kind of like it.
You remember these games?
Remember?
Sorry.
Yeah, yeah. So there's that.
Hey, motherfucker. You remember these games?
Oh, but I remember how you got these. But my thought is as long as people want board games, there's going to be some market for it. Somebody is going to create it. Somebody's going to come in to fill that void. And you could say with, AI and 3D printing, a lot of those barriers that stop people from creating their own games before are gone. You don't have to have a huge factory. Of course, now if you want to actually sell lots of products, you do. You don't have the infrastructure to do it. But if you just want to design something and hopefully not piss off a bunch of people on a Kickstarter, or just offer a print and play, like if you don't care about profit, if you just want to put it out there, put out your thing. What's it called? Drive Through RPG, I think, is one of these like print and play type companies where, if I'm not mistaken, if I'm not completely out to lunch on this, they basically have games on tap, and it's like print to order. You're just like, I want a copy of this, so they just whip it up for you and just send it to you. And then they have to pay the creators of it, so they're not mass produced. And to be fair, most of them are card games, or it's just something really simple like, oh yeah, I wrote these rules, and you can just grab some miniatures and play it using these rules that I wrote. It's like a step up from Scribdb where they just have documents. But they print it out for you, or here's a deck of cards that you can use in some other game. So there's a lot of HeroQuest products now that are there, so it's not just Etsy anymore.
Yay, Etsy.
Is Gauntlet
No, not yet.
in chibi style mixed with video game elements? Oh, that's what Super Dungeon Explorer is. Yeah, man, head bigger than body. People love that. People eat that. You don't like Gauntlet?
No, I heard the word chibi and I about lost my lunch.
Oh man. Wow.
No offense to anybody.
Yeah.
But I can't do
can't handle it. Are you kids into that?
Can't do that. No.
You're like, not in my house.
Not huge on the chibi stuff.
Without chibi, where would we be?
We would be without chibi.
Hey, Generation X, man. Generation Next. Choice of a new generation. We were drinking Pepsi after it was no longer cool.
Damn right.
Yeah.
You're damn straight.
So, yeah, those are my topics. So that was 21 minutes, a new record.
Wait, what? I thought you said you had a fuck ton to talk about. Hold on.
Oh,
hold on a minute.
I can say more about those things. I was just
you call me. You're like, hey.
There's so much to talk about. You're not gonna get a word in edgewise, you son of a.
So much shit to talk about.
well, but tell me what you heard, because I heard that there was going to be a Reeeey movie in Star Wars.
I have yet to do any real, actual research on said Reeeey movie.
But here's the thing, though. Didn't I also hear that Kathleen Kennedy has a habit of announcing things and then pulling the rug out from under everybody? So it's
and then fucking you in the ass. Yeah, she does. Although I think it was due to fan backlash, to be honest with you.
Oh, dang. So much for sticking up for your artistic integrity. It's like, I'm gonna do a Rian Johnson trilogy. Boo! Get off the stage. You suck. Like, okay, just kidding. I haven't spent a dime on it, apparently.
We're actually going to do it.
Yeah.
Check it out.
It's like
Didn't you
why
guys understand? We're gonna do
like
it.
you watch Knives Out and it's like why is everybody dressed like Star Wars characters but they have like they're like, "Oh, hello, Steve." It's like, "Did you just change this at the last second?" No, I'm kidding, but it's like it makes me think like they have it they're at such an early stage that they can just announce stuff and then, you know, cancel it. It's just really
Look,
weird.
man. Look, man. Knives Out was an okay film.
Okay. I
Don't you
I
be
heard a
dogging.
I heard a lot of positive things about it. Now the sequel apparently not as much. But if you
Is
recommend the
there a
first
sequel?
one,
I thought there was a show. Wasn't it a show?
well, so there was Knives Out and there was a sequel called Glass Onion
Yeah.
with Daniel Craig. Did I just dream that?
I mean, no, Daniel Craig was in Glass Onion. He's also in Knives Out.
Yeah. But aren't the two connected? Like part 1, part 2 basically?
Yes, I believe. I didn't watch the second one though yet.
Oh,
So
I haven't seen either one, but I definitely heard people were so mad at Ryan Johnson for The Last Jedi, and then they're like, yeah, but Knives Out was pretty good. Like they wanted to rip on it, and they're like, it's you know, it was better than they expected. So it's like, okay, well, and
all right.
I was just watching a rather obscure film you probably have never heard of the other night called Clue, based on a certain board game. Starring
You lie. You straight up lie because I have seen that film.
Not only have I seen that film, I'm in the film. No, but
Fucking love that film, dude.
oh,
It's so good.
so here's the story. So way back in the day, I want to say I was in college in the late '90s. It was like Comedy Central. They always had all these movies on, and so I like caught big chunks of them, but I never watched them like straight through. And I'm always just like, what the hell is this? And my roommate at the time was always like, "Oh, you got to see this," you know. It's like, okay, so I have these like chunks of these movies in my mind, and every so often I'm like, I just want to see it in context. So I finally got to see Clue. So I had only seen, I don't know, it's maybe the last third of the movie where Tim Curry's like running around and it's like, and this is what happened, and then he shows, you know, the reenactment, and it's like, or maybe this, it's like, but what here's what really happened, and they keep, it's like, what even is this? But yeah, definitely a lot of characterizations in there. But so I'm if Knives Out is half as entertaining as that film, it would be worthwhile. You're
I mean, it was also a dark comedy around the time that dark comedies, I guess, weren't as prevalent.
yeah, because
Um,
'85. When did Beetlejuice come out? Was that a little
I think
later?
around that time.
Yeah,
Um,
or Nothing
pretty
But
sh-
Trouble,
not
movies like
not too
that.
long afterwards.
People Under the
I think
Stairs.
it was like 82 or 8. Like it had to have been something close.
So you had these cult movies, these or what was the other one? The Burbs with
Yeah.
Tom Hanks. Yeah, so you had these weird movies about yeah, just goings on and murders and weird stuff, but yeah,
But
slapstick.
Beetlejuice was also more like paranormal, wasn't it?
Yeah, yeah, it definitely was.
Still a dark comedy, but like
Well, and special
Clue
effects
was like
wise,
based off the board game, like straight up,
yeah.
and it was supposed to be like
Well,
funny, quirky, dark humor.
it definitely was because I was like, how could you make a movie out of this? And it's kind of like the filmmakers were like, oh, you dare us to make a movie out of this game? Well, here you go. Apparently, that formula didn't work so well with the Battleship movie.
They did, yeah. See, I never saw it in theaters, but I thought they did all three endings in the theater. But
Uh,
that's interesting.
I won't spoil it. But so in the board game it says okay, Mr. Body has been killed. Body like the corpse, great. And you've
Yeah.
got all the guests coming in, and it's like okay, who actually did it? You know, who done it? And they're all named after colors, and so you got to guess. You know, the weapon, the room, and the person. And the great thing is because it's random, you could be the murderer and you wouldn't know it. So yeah, you make your final guess and you get eliminated, and yeah, it's good fun. But it's one of those games where like if you ask the internet now, they'll say, "Oh, it's solved." Like there's only so many combinations, and so once you know the probabilities, it's like, okay, when this happens, there's no more mystery anymore. It's not endless possibilities. But for kids learning how to play games, it's perfect. And a lot of people have nostalgia for it. I definitely
It's a
remember
good deduction. It teaches
playing it back in the
your
day.
kids deduction, problem
Yeah,
solving, thinking.
yeah.
Because like nobody knows who the murderer was. I think there was one game where you like one person knew, kind of like can't remember. There was like the Stargate game or some crap like that where you knew who, but like you could lie and deceit your way through the game. And the whole point was to get your team to overtake the other team or something like that. But like, I always thought like Clue would be a little more interesting if you knew who the murderer was, if the person who was the murderer knew they were the murderer, and they tried to like get out of it. But like, the basic form of Clue was it was deduction. So you tried to figure out who the murderer was by asking, figuring out who was in what room with what weapon.
There's a Star Wars
You
clue.
know,
See,
no.
see that's
No,
that.
Stargate. The Stargate game. I think it was the Stargate game that I played, but it was like it's like an 8 or 9 hour plus game, and I can't remember who the aliens are. I never watched Stargate. No offense. I
Grimald.
like,
I remember the
but
commercial. It was the
but it
guy
was
from
like
it was the guy from MacGyver, and because I only saw the movie, but yeah, it was the guy from MacGyver, and the Goa'uld, I think, were the aliens, like the Egyptian aliens, basically, for lack of a better term.
I can't remember if it was Stargate or something else, but it was like something like where like you had these aliens that would disguise themselves as humans,
Yes, yeah,
and
they
like
could do
you
that.
could play. Yeah, you could play as them,
Oh, cool.
and what would happen is you would all have cards face down, and two of those cards would dictate if you were human or alien. And you would flip them, you would look at one, everybody would look at their cards, then flip them back down. And if you found out that you were one of those cards dictated whether you were alien or not, you could, then you knew who you were, but nobody else did. Everybody on board the ship is suspected as human until something changes. Only you know that you are on the opposite team.
Like Among Us.
And so the big thing is it changes a little bit because as you play the game, you might figure out that somebody else might be an alien. And if you're playing with like 12 people,
Oh, wow.
and there's only like or two of those aliens around, I think the whole point of the game was to get more people to become aliens, or to get rid of them or something like that. But the whole point was to overtake the ship.
Oh, cool.
So
That sounds really awesome, actually.
yeah,
So this is
I
Stargate. Oh man.
I can't remember, but I'm gonna have to play the. It's been like since 2019 since I played it. It's been before COVID. It was,
Okay.
but it was
So it's a more
it
recent
was
game,
fun.
or because I'm thinking that show was on a long time.
Yeah, my friends had it. I have a friend who's like a board game geek.
Nice. He is the board game
Um,
geek.
ever played the Star Wars version of Clue? No, I have not.
Well, that's Hasbro. So I want to say, wasn't this a Parker Brothers game? Like it wasn't Milton Bradley originally. I just know that Hasbro swallowed up a lot of those rival game companies at a certain point. So they own it all now, if they didn't before. And Clue or
Yeah,
Cluedo is one of those games similar to like Betrayal and Risk and Monopoly, where they've done variations of it over the years and themed, licensed versions. So I wouldn't be surprised, but I did not know there was a Star Wars Clue. I mean, I would have joked about something like that. It's like, oh,
as
Darth
as for your
Vader
Ray movie,
killed the in the Death Star with the lightsaber.
let me see something.
Ray!
Yeah. Let's see. Oops. Sorry. I looked that up and I popped something else up. That's how unrelevant this is. New Star Wars movie featuring Rey. Let's see. Pull up an article here by Collider. Wonderful. This was last year. I don't think anything's been updated, to be honest.
So
I
people
was
are
told there might have been something on it, but
rumor mill.
yeah, I haven't been looking at like anything in regards to Star Wars. It's just but this was April of 2024 when they were talking about it. So let's see.
To me, Ray
Um,
is like a lot of the characters that were introduced in Disney Star Wars. Like, could have been interesting, but I felt like they either went nowhere or just gave us something absolutely ridiculous and
Well,
nonsensical.
I'm also not using Google either. So let me take a look here. So this would have been May of 2025 by IGN. I don't really recommend IGN, but we're just
Okay.
looking up upcoming Star Wars
I actually worked for them
stuff.
briefly. Did you know that?
You work for IGN?
Yeah, really briefly.
Damn.
Yeah, it's been a
Wow.
long, long time.
So we've got The Mandalorian and Grogu movie, which comes out in May of next year, according to this.
Yeah, I've heard of that.
Um, so be helmed by John Favreau, of course.
Yep.
And the movie is taking place of the next season of The Mandalorian, probably because season 3 did not do as well. Sorry about the camera freeze. It'll catch up. That's because I'm using just basic drivers, I think. Hold on.
Bohemia says when The Force Awakens came out, Hasbro to celebrate made a Star Wars version of their classic board game, Star Wars themed and with special rules to feel more Star Warsy. Well, I'm not surprised. I guess, yeah, it's so sad because it's like I want to be on the cusp of Star Wars news, but I just don't care enough. If they started putting out good stuff, I would care again, and I would. I guess I'd be very cautiously watching to see what they would do. Yeah, we lost your video completely.
I know, I turned it off. Give me a minute.
I turned it off. I don't want to talk to her.
That's right.
They did Risk, Clue, Monopoly, Looping Chewy, etc., etc.
Okay. My video froze, and it's just because the Razer doesn't work very well on Linux, I guess, and I haven't coded anything besides the basic drivers for it. So
The heat from your thermos was so intense, it just
yeah,
melted down.
sorry about that, guys. Like I said, I haven't really set anything up for streaming. It's just I'm using my computer as is, and I've got very little problems. But when I try to broadcast or do anything, all sorts of issues happen,
Yeah,
and I don't particularly care anymore because
we're secretly trying to make it as bad as possible so that you'll be forced to come back with your sweet new rig and just swoop in.
I just don't want to do Windows. I don't want to do Windows. I'm gonna be that guy. So
Yeah, yeah. Like when they're interviewing all the nannies in Mrs. Doubtfire, it's like, and I don't do Windows,
that's
and I
right.
don't do stories, and I don't do all.
They have a new Mall show coming out in 2026 called Mall Shadow Lord, which
Oh,
will be
Mall
a pre-New Hope era.
Mall Shadow Hunter.
Yeah.
Wasn't that a novel? One of the first like original EU stories that had to do with
Um,
prequels. Phantom Menace.
it's this is more for like um I don't know. It's kind of weird because I think Maul died sometime in Rebels, or not Rebels, but Clone Wars, and like it's kind of weird that they're bringing him back again.
Yeah,
I mean,
just when you think he's out, they bring him back in.
but it's just to fill the gaps on how he rebuilt the Syndicate and took over shit, I guess.
Yeah, because they put him in Solo. Spoilers as the
Well, yeah, they did, but like that was
mastermind.
shortly before he died, and like
Oh, he died
it's
for real.
whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Kenobi killed him when he was older.
Oh yeah, and
So
what was that? Rebels that he was killed, or was that?
I think it was Rebels, and not
Yeah.
Clone Wars. I think this was
A
Rebels.
lot of stuff
Yeah,
happened in. Oh yeah, because it's taking place then. Yeah, a lot of stuff happened in Rebels. So,
but they had to.
Ahsoka got killed, and
Yeah, nope. Ahsoka didn't die. Keep that
well,
in mind.
but you thought
According to
she
them,
did.
nobody ever dies. I'm fucking stupid. I don't even want to talk about
Nobody's ever really gone.
it. Is my camera frozen again?
Yeah, it is.
Son of a bitch, man.
No, my camera
No.
was frozen. This is
Just having issues
ridiculous.
all around the board.
I've been
Fucking stupid,
doing
man.
this stream for 3 years, and it's never happened to me before. Stop! This is crazy. I
It's like really.
protest the Rantcast, ladies and gentlemen. Oh man, the first result when I typed in Ray movie, it was there's this 2015 Indian romantic action dance film.
That's what I pulled up, man.
That looks
Was
that looks way more interesting than what, what Disney is talking about.
pull up Ray movie, and that's what you get.
Okay, everything we know. Yep, here's the Collider article. Okay.
But
So,
that's from last year, bro.
yeah. We don't know anything new since then. Yeah, Star Wars Celebration. Yeah, it just kind of petered out. It just kind of went nowhere. Okay, this is from Geek Tyrant, and all these sources we trust implicitly, of course. Rey's return to Star Wars reportedly paused as Lucasfilm prioritizes other projects. Okay, so the latest rumor, according to these guys, is that it's paused, not canceled.
Yeah, that's canceled to me.
Yeah. So hopefully Daisy Ridley has other plans, and good for her.
I mean, she has better things to do than Star Wars. No offense.
Yeah, don't get into Star Wars. Don't let your kids grow up to be Star Wars.
Not new Star Wars.
Not new Star Wars.
It's a nail in the coffin
Yeah.
anymore. It's no longer something to pad your resume. Sorry, guys, I'm having no webcam issues. Oh.
Yeah. It's like
But,
if you're already established and you're just doing it for your kids, okay, I understand. But if you're trying to make a career, you just starting out, probably not a good idea.
but they have another one called Starfighter that's coming out in 2027. Looks like Ryan Gosling might be in this.
Ah.
Directed by Deadpool and Wolverine Sean Levy, and starring the driver himself, Ryan Gosling. The film is set roughly 5 years after Rise of Skywalker. Interesting. And what else?
All right. Go ahead, share the link if you want.
For what?
Oh, the one that you're reading about Ryan Gosling?
Oh, it's an IGN article, man.
Yeah.
And there's no real pictures or anything. I'm just reading the article.
Okay.
Well, I would definitely share it. Here, I can put it in the chat.
Yep.
I'll put it in our Discord, and then you can put it in the chat.
Yep.
Because my chat's over here, and I can't copy paste on my iPad.
It's like the Google the stream. Yeah, what we know. All these original titles. I mean, it's when you're speculating about movies, you want to know, but you just don't have that much info. And some of it turns out to be crap.
Well, it does seem like they slowed down a lot.
Yeah, which is probably smart. I mean, it seems like
Yeah.
if every project that Kathleen Kennedy had announced was happening, I mean, considering the track record, I would think they would lose a lot of money, and a lot of people would be very angry.
They looks like they're doing another Ahsoka, right? Like season 2, but I fell asleep during season 1, so I probably won't be watching that either.
Oh,
I haven't even gotten to see Andor yet. Like, I've missed so much Star Wars. I think I did finish watching, what was the Skeleton Crew? I did watch Skeleton Crew, actually.
okay.
I forgot to tell people about that because I was gone.
I love Star Wars. I'm a Star Wars fan, but a lot of the recent stuff just doesn't interest me.
So Skeleton Crew to me wasn't actually that bad.
Okay.
And it kind of turned around a little bit because it made what's his face? I can't remember the actor's name at the moment. Let me see. 'Cause I want to sound like I'm somewhat educated on this.
Yeah. Sorry, Star Wars man.
Yeah, I'm so not prepared. It's just awful. Jude Law. It makes Jude Law seem kind of like he's very suspect. He's a very suspect character in that show.
Kind of sus.
But he does show a lot of interest, and I can't very much remember the ending to this because it was a couple months ago when I watched it. But only because I was kind of like half in, half out. I was doing things, thought I'd watch a little bit. So there were times I was laying down actually watching the show. There were times that I wasn't. But I guess the average viewer isn't always completely tied into a show at all times. Like right now, I'm watching Severance. I don't know. Does anybody know what Severance is? An Apple TV Plus exclusive. Watch it however you want. Sorry, I'm trying to keep the chat open. But it's an Apple TV Plus exclusive. It's a really good show, but it's really hard to follow in the second season. And I think it kind of starts to lull around there. But the first season's all about like, imagine when you go to work. As soon as you enter the elevator and go to your office, you have a chip in your head that separates your mind, your memories for work, from your memories from pleasure. So as soon as you enter the office, you have lost all your memories from your life, and all you have is a body that focuses on work. And then when you leave, you forget everything about work,
Oh man.
and your personality thing comes back to the real world. And so technically you have one personality that lives in the office completely, has never experienced the real world, and then you have
Okay.
just you.
I think I did hear about
And
this.
yes, so the show kind of branches off into like, well, does that mean that you have another person? And like, so it starts to make the
Philosophical
viewers think
question.
like you have Office, like the main character, his name is Mark, and I'm not going to reveal
Oh,
too
hi, Mark.
much, but there's a reason. There's a reason he got severed, and he works for this company. But like, there is Office Mark, and there is regular Mark, and there are very different differences. And it's played by God, why can't I ever think of it?
Christopher Walken's in it.
Oh yes, He plays a gay character, by the way, which is crazy because I've never seen him do that role before.
I'm
Not that there's
gay.
anything wrong with that, but
This was
he is.
crazy.
Oh, it's played by. But the main character is played by Adam Scott, and he did a really good job because he has to play two different personalities at
Oh, that's
once.
fun.
So,
Like,
his
James
outer
McAvoy
character,
Split.
kind of,
Although this
only
concept kind of
only
makes.
better.
I never saw it, but there was another movie out a few years ago with Bruce Willis, Surrogates. It kind of makes me think of that. But in this, are they actually in a
Different
different
premise.
body? Different premise. Okay,
No,
never mind.
it's a different premise. You are the same person. It's imagine like
In your
as
mind.
soon as you enter your office, you have forgotten everything about the outside world, and all you can remember is work. You have memories for work, and you have memories for home, like for outside, and they're completely different.
Huh.
Like
Work-life
your
balance.
so it's you know what? Let me see if I can find a kind of a breakdown, right? Because it's really good, and it kind of has like a '70s vibe to it too.
Oh,
Made by Ben Stiller heads the show, and um, also has Dan Erickson and stuff. So
for a second I
they've
was
been
thinking
surgically
Ben Stein. It's like
no
anyone.
Ben Stiller.
Bueller.
But you've got people whose memories have been surgically divided between their work and personal lives. So, meaning that when you're in the office, you are a different person. You don't remember anything except for when you're in the office. When you leave the office, you change and you don't forget. You forget everything about the office, and you are back to work. You're back at home. So, if that makes sense, right? So, check Discord to watch the Star Wars clipboard. I will.
Okay, cool.
So,
Yeah,
it's very good.
You can share the link if you want in the chat there, Bohemius. We'll definitely check it out.
And it does have Christopher Walken in it. It has a lot of good names in it. Zach Cherry, Britt Lower, Tramiel Tillman, Jen Tullock, Dickon Lockman. I know there's John Turturro is in it, and I actually like him a lot.
Oh yeah, what was he in? That name sounds familiar.
Oh brother, where art thou? He was in Transformers.
Okay.
He was in a lot of things, but yeah,
Some of these actors I haven't thought about in years.
he's very old now, John Turturro. But Christopher Walken's even older, and the funniest thing is they have like this partnership thing going on, and it's so interesting because I've never seen them do a role like that. I'm like, I wonder how good this is gonna look, and they do a really good job without making it like uber sexual. So it's very interesting to watch. It's very interesting to watch because like that's to me that's I don't watch it when it's politically ham-fisted, and it's really not. It's
Christopher Walken is a talented guy. I mean, we joke
very
about him, we tease, and there's definitely the memes, and he's leaned into those himself. But
I
he's
could
definitely
just see
he's talented. Yeah.
I could just see somebody telling him, "Okay, you're gonna walk into the scene with John, and your character's gonna walk in, and you're gonna tell him that you love him, and your guys are gonna lean in for a kiss, and you're gonna kind of get passionate with it." And Walken's like, "No,
That's
I'm not
crazy.
doing it. That's crazy. What do you think I am? No, we're gonna lean our heads together. How about that?"
Trust me, Mr. Walken. It's
If you
artistically
want,
done. It's
if you
wow.
want,
Okay.
I'll hold his hand. Like
Not too
we'll
tightly.
hold hand. Yeah, we'll hold hands.
Like we're
We'll
old
hold hands.
friends from the war.
Yeah, like we're buddies.
We were in prison together for 3
But,
years.
but I'm not gonna kiss her. Like,
Not on the lips.
not on the lips. Like, so there's just this scene where they were very passionate, and all they did was like put their heads together, and I just laughed. I was like, yeah, there was an advisory like, hey, you guys should get passionate. And he was like, no, no,
Not on my
no,
watch.
not
Speaking
on
of
my watch.
watches, have you seen
So,
when I was in a vendetta kind of mood?
if you,
Yeah.
if you don't want to speak to my agent, you're not making me do that.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks, Bohemius. Took pictures, posted on
Appreciate it.
on the bus of Discord. Yeah. So check out the bus of Discord.
I'm gonna take a look at it right now.
Yeah, because
Okay.
just a good time to plug us. I have my stuff on HeroQuest Fans Discord and XSC3, home of HeroQuest Fans on YouTube. And my friend here, TheStrangeBus on Twitch and YouTube, and then also the Bus of Discord. And you spelled it
So,
like a really cool person from the 2000s would have,
the
and I love it.
bus of Discord. I love that text. Anyway,
Yeah.
you infiltrated the Death Star. Can you save the galaxy from the destruction by the Empire? Figure out which planet Darth Vader will target next. Find the secret plans to the Death Star, and steal the correct vehicle to escape.
Oh.
Death Star clue. The clue game transported the world. Star Wars.
So it's
Interesting.
loosely connected. So instead of a murder in a room, it's like what planet is he going to attack with, and the plans.
Yeah, it's that's very interesting, and it also looks. It looks like you would be setting up. You're setting up a 2-level board as well, which is pretty
Oh,
crazy.
I'll
So
have to
yeah,
check that out. Yeah, see that's a little more interesting than just slapping the characters on
Star
top
Wars
of
Risk
games.
is fun.
You know.
I've seen this.
Yeah, some of
I
those.
wish they made the Falcon an actual piece. They did not.
Oh man. See, I just need to play some actual Risk before I start playing all these variants.
Lupin, Chewie. Yeah. Oh man. They said it comes with a Millennium Falcon. It does not. It comes with a tiny Falcon and a Chewie sticking out of it.
Like
I would have been so disappointed.
Oh man.
Yeah, like, because you would have gotten a free Millennium Falcon in there to play with as a kid, and they're like, nope, you have this cartoon knockoff bullshit.
Wow. So I keep losing your video, but is it?
Oh,
I can throw other stuff on the
you
screen
lose it?
if we.
Hold on. I'm still here.
Yeah. If you're listening on Spotify, you're like, what's the big deal? I don't get it.
Yeah, what's
And thank you for checking.
what's happening? I don't get the problem here. I'm showing up on the screen.
I've been here the whole time.
I think you're just having a problem, man.
And I don't want any part of it. Yeah.
I don't want any problem with your kissing action.
Yeah.
We'll hold hands.
That's
where I'm drawing the line.
It's in a deleted scene. You got to buy the Blu-ray, and you'll see
my
discomfort. And I'm like, cut. I'm not doing this anymore. It's ridiculous.
On your lack of a Blu-ray player.
Yeah. Apologies to Mr. Walken.
Absolutely, because he does a great job.
All right, so Severance. All right, so you recommend
Yeah,
it.
but anyway, yeah, I'm watching Severance, but I'm on and off on it. Like
Okay.
It's a show where you do really have to pay attention almost all the time.
Well, see,
and
I hear about people binge watching these shows, and it's like I know they're not even really paying attention. So when I'm watching a show, I want to watch the show, and
Mhm.
Right now, my plate is full. I'm watching Babylon 5. I'm painting models. I'm doing other stuff. But I've got a list going. You may have heard of my film list, my infamous film list, a list of many movies, and I don't know when I'm going to get to TV shows. But these movies have carried me through. I've actually watched quite a few of the ones on the list, but it's around 100 films, and I knock some out, and then some get added, and then I'm always on the lookout for them. So if I see them on like one of these streaming services, which I don't subscribe to, so it's got to be like Pluto TV or Tubi or one of those.
Yeah.
Or if I see it at the library, because I go there to get DVDs. Although I haven't gotten any in a while.
So
Yeah.
I don't want to explain too much. Like I said, it's a really decent show. And like I said, I think I've explained a lot of it. But
Yeah. Interesting premise.
you can always. There's always other ways to watch it. I don't ever recommend to anybody, especially in our day and age where
about, Sonny?
Yeah, I don't ever recommend to anybody to subscribe to all these fucking services and rather just pay the cable bill. I do because my wife doesn't like to pirate. She's not a pirate person. She doesn't want to go through the complications and all the hoops that I'd be willing to go through. But so we just subscribe and unsubscribe if we need to,
That's what
or
they need to do,
whatever.
dude.
And
Okay, we need to have our own streaming service, and we'll call it Pirate TV. It's like, oh, you're gonna pirate that, are you?
there are people who have done that and given away like free cable or packages and have gotten
They're all in
the
federal
fucking
prison.
book. Yes, there was a guy who did that, and he like made his shit like $10 a month. He sold these black boxes,
Oh, he didn't.
and I
have
can't
the-
remember. It was like that.
he didn't
It was
have the
that
right.
streamer, and like
Yeah, I think
he
I heard about that.
got fucking investigated for like 2 years, and like nobody knew about it. But like he was like talking about all these cars. He had like 12 cars and shit because like people were really all about that service, right?
Yeah,
He was providing something,
he was providing
and then it
for-
turns out the fucking FBI caught him.
Damn.
And they had 2 years worth of evidence. They were willing to put in that much over this guy, but not like, serial killers or whatever.
Well, that's
But
too
like,
hard.
yeah. But like, that's what I'm saying is like, the fucker put in like so much work into catching him and finally got him, right? And like, he is serving a massive sentence right now.
Man.
Massive. Like, literally, what a waste of space in a jail cell because
Well,
he provided people with a free service.
I hope he's got lots of friends in prison. It's like, hey, man, I know you're in here, but thanks for the free stuff. Thanks for the cheap movies.
I'm pretty sure he'll be in like I don't know, minimum security.
I immediately thought of the cable guy, Jim Carrey.
I'm gonna tell you how many in development tags are on here for the Star Wars stuff because they have stuff that says in development or status unknown now, and I'm gonna tell you because we talked about this, like things that got dropped. So right now,
Yep.
Ahsoka 2 is in development. The season 2. The Taika Waititi Star Wars movie is still in development, which I have no idea what it's about, but I'm not gonna read it. James Mangold's Dawn of the Jedi, which is supposed to replace KOTOR, because according to this, it is set 25,000 years before the other films and be biblical in scope, which that's the same timeline as KOTOR.
Yeah.
So go fuck yourself. Anyway,
touching my KOTOR.
The Dave Filoni Mandoverse New Republic movie, wonderful.
That sounds familiar.
Can't wait. The Charmin Obaid Chinoy's new. I can't read that name.
They hired these
New
people
Jedi
based
Order movie.
on their names alone. You got an interesting name, you get hired.
Sounds diverse. Let's hire you. Anyway, but she was the Miss Marvel lady, and film set after Rise of Skywalker. It's in development, but it's probably in being hung up.
Development hell.
Oh, what? Simon Kinberg's Star Wars trilogy. Deadline reports that. Oh fuck, where'd it go? X-Men producer and Rebels co-creator.
I'm gonna get myself into trouble. I was like, somebody needs to break into Lucasfilm and like accidentally get all this stuff leaked.
Okay,
Don't really do it.
Hold on.
Satire.
Hold on. This is something I didn't get to see before, so give me a minute. Simon Kinberg has been tapped to oversee a brand new trilogy of Star Wars films.
Not
We're
everything
going
has to be
to
a
write the trilogy.
right?
Produced alongside Lucasfilm's Kathleen Kennedy. They don't know what era it's going to take place.
If you're listening on Spotify, you're not missing anything visually because we can't get.
No, I'm not showing anything, and like really, there's nothing to show except for like they just have snippets of the previous films over it, so it's misleading. It's IGN, guys.
There's nothing to
So
say.
I'm
live here,
I'm giving you, yeah, I'm just giving you more. I'm giving you more output by just telling you about it. That's why I did this on purpose. No offense, but like
Spotify.
And I did send you the link, Kurgan, if you want to put it up.
Nice. Okay. Thank you.
But they have a Star Wars series by Carlton and Nick Cuse. And it just says Mysterious Project. Wonderful. Rogue Squadron, status unknown. We thought that was canceled. Mandalorian Season 4, Book of Boba Fett 2, status unknown. Lando movie, status unknown. So
what?
A lot of in development.
Don't be canceling my show, or you're gonna be in major trouble. That show truly belongs with me in the cloud. Wow.
Yeah, it's they also have Ryan Johnson trying to come back too.
Yeah,
or something.
He was supposed to get a trilogy. We've been hearing that for ages.
Yeah, wow. Wonderful.
Okay, that's quite a list. That's when you put it all together, presumed canceled.
Bunch of failures is what I'm seeing right there.
Okay. But how much work did they actually do on any of these? Did they ever get past the conceptual stage, or?
Some of them did, and like we were talking about them a couple of years ago, and that's why I'm saying like just looking at some of these articles, like I said, they may not be completely recent, but this one was as of this year, and according to what I saw, it looks like we have little to nothing. Like, and either shit got moved around, people got overzealous, a little bit too ambitious with their projects, and then it turned out we had an Acolyte situation, and fucking people hated it. And Disney was like, hold on, slow your horses, it looks great, we'll just keep pushing it. And then people really hated it.
Tax write-off.
And now they're feeling the burn. And so, like I said before, no offense to, I can't remember her fucking name now, but your shit sucks. So, and that's it. Yeah, the Acolyte lady.
Oh,
I don't want to look her up. Like I don't even.
Why? Yeah,
don't even
I
remember.
Erased her name from my mind already.
Yeah, because she's not even important.
I can picture her in that interview.
Nobody cares. That's exactly what I'm saying. Nobody cares.
What is
your movie? Your show has been forgotten. Goodbye. See you later.
You're the weakest link. Goodbye.
You're the weakest link. Goodbye.
I'll think
your show.
I'll think of her name after the stream, unless somebody shouts it.
Andor season 2 has replaced you. Goodbye. Like, and that's exactly it. Like,
okay, maybe it's
the only people who care are the ones like kissing your asshole and trying to get a job. So, goodbye. See you later. Goodbye. Don't bring her up. Don't bring her up on stream. Don't do it.
It's not fair.
Don't do it.
Okay, I won't.
We don't want to remember these people. Let them be forgotten.
Be a day long remembered.
Let her keep making her shitty fucking romantic movies and stay out of Star Wars forever. Goodbye.
See, just do what you love. Don't do Star Wars like that. Just leave it alone.
Do what you love. Don't do Star Wars, because we know you don't love Star Wars.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. Star Wars is not your playground to mess with our minds with and churn out crap.
Now they can do AI path. Hey, Bohemius, you caught our next subject. AI.
He was prompted.
I was prompted.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, you can use AI to just make this movie now, and just don't tell anybody about it, and Lucasfilm won't beat your door down. And
we're on the internet enough. You could probably throw us into an algorithm and make your own Rantcast episode if you use the right AI tools.
Yep.
Somebody did it for 15 seconds and replicated. If you look up a Much Critical episode, he literally replicated his entire room in 15 seconds. AI is getting that good, folks. It's getting to the point to where you can notice just small bits now. Fingers are still kind of wobbly, but they're starting to get better. In the next 2 years, they might actually be perfect. And that's what I'm saying. We are coming too close to an era of time where it's going to get bad. It's going to get really bad and hard to distinguish what's real and what's not. And there are YouTube channels now that are pure AI, not just fucking with shit, but they will make an AI channel for about a week or less, flood it with prompts, get money on the partner program, get millions of dollars because these will generate like views so fast because of how easy they can fuck with the algorithm that by the time they get banned, they've already got the rewards. And YouTube doesn't give you a penalty for that. They just ban you. So they don't ask for the money back. You don't get sued. You don't face any consequences. You're abusing the AI program, and you've already taken your run for it. You can go look it up. Final Galaxies, a couple channels that do that, and they're just bad. They're bad. I'm actually an AI that knows your algorithm and your buttons. You are.
Best
You're
AI
programmed to push them.
Yep. It's like a beautiful mind.
Just at the right time.
Yep.
I say the right trigger words like Star Wars and video games
like,
should be ours, and you go nope.
Tell you something about it. Let me tell you something about Star Wars. You have not heard the last word from me about Star Wars.
We love you, Bohemius. Yeah. Don't change. Yep. You having an opinion is what makes the world so great.
Yep.
Even if I think you're wrong.
Very, very wrong. Very, 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 very.
And that's
very,
that's
very
that's the great part about it is I may not be right. So that's the point, right?
I'm here to see it.
Is like I don't believe in my value being the only value people should follow. I'm just here to preach, like everybody else on the internet.
I can't say anything bad about Bohemius because he sent me a really awesome box full of 3D printed miniatures, including one I've got in my hand right now. It's a goblin holding 2 mugs of beer, and he's dressed in
that's good stuff.
Like Austrian hat, like he's going to Oktoberfest. Orktoberfest. There you go.
Yeah. No. So we're always glad that you're here, and don't ever change. Or change, but believe in what you think is right.
Yep.
That's what I've always supported on this podcast. That's what Kurgan's always supported on this podcast. That's why we want people here. We don't want people just saying, "Oh yeah, you're right" all the time. It's boring. Yeah.
Yeah.
Challenge me with your AI button pushing.
Yeah. Well, I've definitely seen my share of that AI slop and spam. I had somebody proposition me on Facebook, and I'm like, okay, first of all, if this is, in any other case, you'd be like, okay, weirdo. But it's like, okay, this is clearly an AI. This is.
Yeah.
But it's like, okay, this just happens. And it's like, oh, yeah, this channel just came out of nowhere, and they're just sending weird messages to you. They're trying to change you. See? Right. See? I can change him. Yeah. Well, I've changed my mind about stuff.
You could. You're more than welcome to. That's the whole point of debate.
Yeah. I think I've said before, AI is a tool. It can be useful, but yeah, we're definitely seeing people are already abusing it. And not just, you've got scammers doing it. You've got students doing it, using it to cheat in class. You've got companies passing this stuff off, as real work and real product.
That's not just that even. The biggest thing for me is I don't think it's something that should be banned or gotten rid of. I just think that I think it should be regulated. I don't think it should be like every other company, like every other fad now, companies come in and copy stuff and they release their own thing to make money. I think this is something that should be regulated.
Yeah, for sure. And you could say even without that, if you use it to commit a crime, well, you've committed a crime. So if you use it to impersonate somebody or steal money or scam somebody.
Well, I think certain countries now have that. Not ours, but Something like where if you prompt a picture of somebody doing something explicit with you is technically considered illegal pornography, or it's considered illegal. You can face a fine and jail time.
Wow.
There was a YouTuber who did that who got extremely in trouble because it's considered a crime.
Yeah.
So I think that stuff like that should be what it is. But at the same time, you can't like I said. This is why I think it should be regulated. I think companies should regulate this because it's a moneymaker that's too good, and I think it's getting out of hand. Like, the boom is getting out of hand. Like for people, there should be something. There should be ethics that should be included in this.
Oh yeah.
And that's what I'm talking about. Is like
Anytime.
there's no ethical standard with AI. People can just do whatever the fuck they want with it. And me, I'm all about doing whatever the fuck you want with something. But when it comes to this, people can commit crimes with it. They can do really nasty things with it. To me, the negative outweighs the positive, and it's getting to the point to where it messes with people's jobs, their work. Sometimes it can mess with their livelihoods. Yeah, and yeah, it was really bad.
Well, we were just talking about the guy that proposed to an AI. It's like, what?
Oh yeah. I mean, then you get those weak-headed assholes who like have families and they're wanting to get together with AI girlfriends. There was one guy who did that, and his wife was extremely understanding and wanted to work it out with him, and like, because they have a daughter, and he was like flipping out at work because ChatGPT erased the memory on his AI girlfriend.
Broke down and cried. Yeah, it was just like,
what? Cried for 30 minutes. He said.
See, I just take that as like, okay, so you're married to somebody who's mentally ill, and it's like, okay, well, I still love him, but it's just like, dang, that's so sad.
It's bad. It's bad because some of those people are actually smart people. They actually have a brain. They do things better than what I do.
But they fall prey.
But then they have. They're so weak-minded when it comes to other things. Like that thing is never going to love you ever.
No.
I don't care how sophisticated it gets. If we actually end up putting certain feelings into it, they still have to be programmed. If something happens to that thing, it will never remember you, ever. Like, and you could make the argument, well, humans can forget somebody. Like, yeah, that's called dementia. That's like that's a disease.
Right.
Your AI, your computer doesn't have that. It's how it stores memory is different from us. Like, you can't go around making that same argument. There's a severe issue with that. Yeah. And so, if something happens to the computer and it loses its memory of you, it literally has no recollection of the conversations it's had with you. And that's what it's using to keep track of how it shows you affection. How a human does that is there's a give and take with the relationship personally, and memories that you share together, and things that you say. So compared to like an AI algorithm or a program, which is just words exchanged, and a relationship built, you may be doing an action with it, like you might be building something or working your job and talking to it. Yeah. It's not doing any of that. You could make it have a picture of it doing that or whatever. Everything is one-sided. You are performing those actions and feeling those feelings yourself. There's nothing on the other end.
It's you. It's a fantasy that you've created. It's even more, because I'm thinking of like, I mean, there's people that project, personalities and things onto their pets, and it's like, but at least that's a living creature that's actually interacting with you, as opposed to just a series.
You might as well be paying for it at that point. Like, and I'm going out there and saying it. Might as well be paying it. Go out, find somebody, pay for it, have them take you around town, take them to dinner, unload your feelings.
Yep.
Then do whatever else you need to do, romantically or not, and then pay the lady. Like I feel, or man, just do that, because you're gonna get way more out of that than you are with doing that stuff on your phone.
Still fake, but at least it's an actual person. Yeah.
Because it's an actual person. Like, you're still developing a rapport somewhere. That rapport could be just completely faked, right? Or that person could be giving you something back. It's not going to be what you want.
It makes
completely, but you are paying for it, so you're getting something extremely back. Like you're you're getting something physical back that you won't get from something on your phone.
It makes me think of like if you wrote like a fan fiction and like the character in the fan fiction is like praising you and saying like how awesome you are and like how much they love you and stuff. And it's like and you read it and you're like, "Oh." It's like, "No, you put that there."
Or
That's
like
what
a
it
video
is.
game telling you how awesome you are when you're really not. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
yes, you could just say that, but like, I get those emotions for free. We're going backwards if we have to pay for those. Like,
Mhm.
once again, we are going backwards if we have to pay to get certain dopamine emotions
Yeah.
that we already get manually for free.
Oh man.
Like, I pay for my video game
This
experience.
is
I
a
don't pay
whole
for somebody to compliment me. I
this
don't
is
pay,
this is a whole like
you know.
philosophical thing because you could say,
No,
well,
it's an ethical thing,
yeah, well, I
Kurgan.
guess
It's
ethical
down
thing,
to
yeah.
an ethical.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's an ethical science because it once again, I like I said, this is where Bohemians would probably jump in and say, I don't worry about this stuff on the daily. I don't either, but when we get into the topic, it's something that grows towards a larger problem. Like once again, people are like dooming it to be the end of humanity. I don't go that far, but like I think that it could dull a lot of our future generations. It could dull a lot of our society, and there have been studies already showing that the overuse of a prompt and an algorithm like this can cause negative effects
Yeah,
towards somebody's critical thinking.
dumbs you down.
I don't know about making you stupid. It just causes your critical thinking to go down
It,
because you're not used to having to think critically or think on your feet anymore. You just type something in and it gives you something. It does the thinking for you.
oh man.
And like I like AI for entertainment purposes. So if I want to create something goofy or do something goofy, I will do that. If I want to make a baseline and I don't have a talent for it,
Hmm.
I don't have to hire or pay somebody $600 to do something goofy.
Yeah.
Now, if I am a creator and I want to do something full fledged, like I was talking about, like doing our intro,
Yeah, getting
excuse
Ric
me, I hit this
Flair
on my mic.
introducing the Rantcast.
Yeah, then I'll pay. Then I'll pay that. Like I would save up the money and pay that. I'm not going to pay an absorbent amount of money to do something goofy or fun that mostly just me is going to listen to. Our Rantcast intro, 8 of you guys probably listened to that, which is great. I appreciate that.
Yeah, thanks guys.
We had 600 to 1,000 or more people listening to that. I'd probably start upping our quality a little bit more. I'm not saying I put like low end quality.
I'd,
I
I'd,
worked on that
I'd,
myself, but
I'd save up and get the real Ric Flair on here.
if we had actual like a budget put in here,
5,000.
then yeah, I'd probably work on it. But like that's what I'm saying is like I'm working with what I have. I don't know. I don't have a music guy. I don't have somebody that I know that would be able to make music or generate a lot of art. So I do a baseline and I look up and I try to do the art myself. But I don't just let the AI do it for me. I don't choose from a template and just call it good. I don't like,
Hmm.
I don't do the minimum effort. If I'm going to use it, it's helping me. I'm not helping it. So that's the difference. Is I
Well,
am doing something that is effective
well,
if I'm using it.
and Bohemius can jump in here. He's talking about smartphones, dumbing us down. Bohemius is an interesting case because I mean I'm sticking up for you here. He's created so he used AI. Well, let's see. He actually worked with a guy who used AI to create the Grognak the Legend, the orc wrestler character. But I mean, Bohemius has done stuff. He's transformed that picture into a 3D model, and then he painted it by hand and sent it to me in the mail. So it's like there he's using AI as part of a creative process. Like, I mean, is there anything wrong with that? I mean, he's not trying to.
Idiocracy did predict Crocs. It did.
Oh man, really? Wow, I've seen that movie.
I mean, we are living it almost. It's pretty bad.
Yeah, it doesn't take that long. Because
Mm.
yeah, sadly.
Soon this restaurant's going to be called Fuddbuckers, and then later it'll be called, you know what,
Yep, yep. They're gonna go all the way.
all the way.
Yeah, they don't even remember it's a joke anymore. It's just, yep, that's what it
Mm.
is.
Go away, baiting.
Yeah. Oh, my balls. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it is a really stupid
Welcome to
movie,
the
but
show. Ow, my balls.
And he's eating like just like a was it like a bucket of slop? It's like
Yeah, that's
it's,
pretty much it.
it's just liquid sugar or something.
It
Yeah,
was bad. Yeah.
yeah, just fountains of trash. Oh man,
It's
yeah,
gonna be it too. Yeah.
idiocracy, victims of our own stupidity. Yeah, so
Hmm.
AI man.
Shit's not gonna work anymore. We're gonna be living in a existence that once was.
Yep.
The
Well, right now I'm thinking I was just watching a video the other day about like senior citizens getting scammed by these things. Um, I think I probably told you this. There was these scammers will call like what they think are elderly people, and they'll say, "Oh, I'm your son or I'm your grandson or whatever, and I'm in prison and I need money to be bailed out. I know my voice doesn't sound normal because my nose is broken and I've only got one phone call." And it's like, what? But some people get fooled by it. And now with AI,
yeah.
they can have like a video going of like the guy with the broken nose. It's like, he's in shadow or something. So you gotta warn people.
Yeah, I'm glad that we have people fighting scammers right now, which
Yeah.
is a good thing.
Yep. People
Put
use
those bastards out of business.
powers for good. But yeah, my parents thankfully are savvy enough to not be fooled by it. But it's just like, wow. It's like, okay, I'm not a spring chicken myself. Once I get to a certain age, I'm gonna have to watch out for this stuff. It's like, oh,
I'm just gonna get rid of my phone.
yep, let me
I'm
go
gonna
out,
live in.
live in the
I'm just
woods.
gonna die in my house at that point. Like, I'll just get rid of everything, and then if something happens to me, I'm out.
Yep,
It'll be on the couch. Somebody will find me 7 days later. It'll be gross in there.
yep.
Whatever. I don't care.
It's dark,
But like,
but at least they didn't
I'll
see
be
you.
damned if I get fucked by some random dude in a different fucking country.
Yeah. Yes,
Mm.
AI can help a lot, says Bohemius. I wish I had the skills to not rely on it to cover my flaws. Well,
Mm.
aw. I mean, I feel like with the AI, I've tried to make stuff with AI before, and at a certain point, like I've spent so much time refining the prompts and modifying the stuff. It's like I could have just like taught myself how to do this for real at a certain point. So I don't know, just maybe, and I'm talking to myself here too with this, the motivation, that drive you have to create something that you're using to try to get AI to make something for you. Use that to like learn the thing for real. Learn a little bit of the skill. The problem is you want results. You get impatient. You want it right now. Like when I'm painting these models, like I want to be able to paint, the perfect, it looks exactly like I imagine it. And it's like I'm not there yet. So I have to like, work my way towards it. I have to like learn a little bit more, get a little bit better, but I can look back and see my progress. And it's like, yes, I could have just paid somebody to paint these models for me, or I could have had a computer do it. But I feel a lot better now. But I mean, it was like delayed gratification. I had to get over that hurdle that hit to my pride, saying like, you don't have these skills yet. You're not a master of it yet.
You are not a Jedi Master yet.
I'm on the council, but I'm not a master. It's outrageous.
Mm.
It's
It's
unfair.
unfair.
Yeah. So maybe just oh man, there was a Star Trek: The Next Generation episode about this. Does anybody remember this
Oh
episode?
boy.
I don't remember what it was called. I want to say it was like pretty early on. So like the first two seasons, people mock the show and say, "Oh man, it was so cheesy," and Gene Roddenberry didn't know what he was doing. But it really got good later. But it might have been one of those early episodes. But I want to say it was like these aliens who looked just like humans, of course. They took the kids from the Enterprise because, of course, they had families on the Enterprise, which is always a bad idea when you're going into battle against the Romulans. But anyway, they took the kids,
Oh
and
yeah.
remember they were showing them like, oh, you've got all these talents, and we're going to give you this technology so that you can. So like you had a
I
kid who
remember
was
that.
okay, and he's just like he makes this sculpture. It's like, oh yeah, that was in your mind, and you just made it. magically, basically. The technology
Yeah, so this is where they were like, at first they were taking them down. They like tricked them into thinking they were just visiting or something, and then turns out they were going to keep them.
keep them,
And the
yeah.
kids didn't want it. Yeah, okay.
They were trying to develop
Yeah.
their society was dying or something, so they needed the young people. But yeah, they were giving them technology. It's like, oh, this plugs into your brain, and you just create this sculpture out of nothing. And then the one kid's like, I think I want to learn it on my own. It's like, yeah, that guy. And that was 40 years
Yeah, I
ago.
recall.
Yep.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. If anybody remembers the title of that episode, I watched them all again recently, but I don't
That was like
remember
the
title.
second season, wasn't it?
It could have been. Dr. Pulaski might have been in it, so it would have been probably.
It was before she died, right? Didn't she like get horribly killed?
Or that you're thinking of Tasha Yar.
No, yeah, it's
First
Tasha Yar,
season.
yeah.
First season. Although she comes
Damn.
back a couple times.
She does.
Yeah. People were saying she was a better character when she came back. I don't know about that, but
Yeah, I'm not sure about that.
I didn't mind her character, but yeah, looking back, they're like, yeah, it was a mistake. I mean,
Like,
people
killing off Tasha Yar?
well, people come and go from TV shows, but yeah, it's just the way she was killed off and then the way she was brought back was kind of stupid.
But she didn't come back. I don't remember her coming back
Yeah.
the whole time.
Well, no. So there was one episode where it was
She like shows up for like a dream sequence, I think, doesn't she?
yeah, and then there was one where it was like an alternate universe. Remember that? There was like the Federation was still at war for like years and years, and so she was alive the whole time. But yeah, it was just like it was either a
Oh yeah, it was like it was alternate. It was like an alternate reality.
Yeah,
or some
and
crap.
then there was another episode where there was another series of episodes where she plays a different character, but I mean it's the same actress. She's playing like her daughter.
Yeah. Okay.
Like she became a prisoner of the Romulans, and then she like became a spy, and then she's working for them.
Yeah.
But
okay.
yeah, but the Tasha Yar character was killed in the show, and she technically never came back. But yeah, the other Tasha Yar, and then the other Tasha Yar's daughter was there. Yeah.
She got Tasha Yard.
Yep. Get Tasha Yard.
Get Yard and Natasha.
That can happen.
That can't happen. That's pretty.
When the bow breaks. Thank you, Bohemius. Yep. Good old Memory Alpha. They know all the stuff. Yeah. When the bow breaks.
Damn, bro.
So was that second season?
That Bohemius knows everything.
Yep. He's like an AI prompt.
Damn you, AI prompt.
TNG. Yeah, see, I watched him in order, so it would have been. Oh, it was first season. Ah, okay. So Dr. Crusher. Yeah, Wesley Crusher led the kids to victory. And see, the funny thing is, as I was reading that off, I was reading the AI summary of the articles. That's another thing people are complaining about is Google does it, DuckDuckGo does it. You can toggle it on and off, but you search for something and it'll give you an AI assist summary, and it's based on the article.
I think DuckDuckGo does it a little less though, because you can have the assist function or you can have the AI function on. You turn it off.
I turn it off because I don't like it. But yeah, it's like the idea is, I guess they scrape the data, so you didn't actually click on the website, so they didn't actually get the traffic. But,
yeah.
But the search engine still got your business, so it's like
because of that, it kills websites like really bad, and that's why people don't do websites anymore.
Yeah, that's really gross.
That's not really gross.
Gross, yeah. Well, it's like you enjoy something, you're like, man, this product is amazing, and then you realize like how it's made or where it comes from, and you're like, oh, I feel disgusting. Why did I ever support this? I mean, when it's something you don't need, okay. Yeah.
Google's really bad about it though.
Yeah. Google sucks. They're evil.
They're horrible people. Well,
but
I've got about another. I hate to say this, I got another about 30 minutes left of the podcast. I got to check in on my kids.
Oh man, yep. Duty calls. Season 17. There you go. Yeah, I'm not saying it was a great episode, but the idea of it brings me back. I mean, well, it's about the future, but we're living that
Season
now.
what?
Season
Which
one,
season?
season one, episode
Oh,
17.
and that's the kids episode.
Yeah. Yep.
See, yeah, okay. Tasha Yar died in like episode 8, didn't she? She died really fucking early, didn't she?
Oh man, Memory Alpha, tell us. It was Skin of Evil. That's the one she was killed in.
Yeah,
And what episode was that?
and that's a team led by
It was the 23rd
Jonathan
episode.
Frakes.
So it was the penultimate episode of the first season.
Oh, so she was still alive during the other episode then.
Yep.
Yeah, so I wasn't completely wrong.
Yep.
I did it. I'm invincible.
Yeah.
Hmm.
What James Bond movie was that? Where that
That's
line?
Goldeneye, brother.
Oh yes. Oh man, my roommate had that on VHS, and it's like I had been watching all these other James Bond movies, but I'd never seen that one. And he's like, "You got to see it." I'm like, okay, fine. It's like I was thinking of the video game, and it's like, yep, wow, this is incredibly cheesy, but it's it's you have to see it.
It's so good. I miss the Goldeneye days.
Golden Eye.
That's right.
Tasha should have died episode one. What terrible character. Well, see, I okay, fine.
Was that is that a Bohemius thing?
Dang,
Dang, Bohemius, what you doing, bro? What you talking about?
going after my Tasha.
I love me some Tasha Yar.
Yeah. Well,
Sweet Tasha Yar.
if see, I would just say to anything like that, just like saying like put Wesley in the airlock. I would rather than just killing off a character, make the character good in the first place, so that there's no problem. If you're gonna go nowhere with a character and then kill him off in a stupid way or an unsatisfying way, and then bring him back in a weird way, it's just like, what are you even doing? I mean, I'm glad people can get work, but it's like, yeah, just do something dignified with it. Yeah.
Just put him in. Put Wesley in the airlock. Fucking annoying ass Wesley.
Well, people said that
Shut up, Wesley.
a lot of people liked his character after he left the show, and he came back. He was a different character, but it's because, yeah, the story was always that Gene Roddenberry wanted to have like a child prodigy in the story, and some people were saying that he was a Gary Stu character. Like this is how Gene Roddenberry imagined himself. I don't know if any of that's true, but yeah, he was a very irritating character because he was a know-it-all, and they played it off that he was like Picard's kryptonite. He's like, oh, children on the bridge, oh. He couldn't handle it. He's always getting on his nerves.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's like, oh, make you a junior ensign. Really, sir? Yes, now put him in the airlock. Good, number one.
No.
Yeah, there was spoofs that people made. Yeah, Will Wheaton, he kind of attained his own cult following as an internet nerd
He did.
in later
He did.
years.
I can't tell if that's good or bad though,
Yeah, I can't either.
because there's some videos where I'm looking at it and he's a nice guy, and there's some videos where he's like a complete fuckface, and I don't know. I can't distinguish his character.
Oh man,
So
it's I don't know. Celebrity is like you see somebody that does something that you liked and you want to like follow them or praise them or whatever. But I don't know. Maybe the severance thing is the right idea. You go to work, you're that character, and then you come home and you're somebody else.
well, I mean, like, I'm not saying like I want to like him. It's just like it seems like he's doing good for himself, and then like there are just things I see him part of, and I'm like,
Hmm.
it's a little gross.
Yeah, it's like I don't want
So
to know.
I don't know.
I don't know what I don't want to know so much about you that I'm gonna like judge you. And
I hate your face.
yeah, it's like, but I mean, I don't know. Yeah, celebrities they can't keep to themselves. They gotta put all their stuff out there, and I guess that would be a temptation. Like if you're famous, you have a platform, you want to tell the world ideas, right? But
Oh, your dirty little
some of
secrets.
them are stupid and don't deserve the time, right?
Right.
And
You're
then
not
we
that
get
important.
and then it feeds into us too, and us, I mean, as I don't know, content creators or influencers or whatever we might be. But it's like you can make a whole career out of just bashing celebrities and all this the weird stuff that they do.
Yeah, because they're stupid, man. They think they know everything.
But I mean, the
Look,
entertainment is
man,
now like gawking at the weird guy online, you know?
you pretend to be an astronaut for money. Chill out.
Yeah. Oh
What the
man.
fuck?
Speaking of that, did
Because you
you
get
you saw the video of, was it Jeff Bezos, where William Shatner, goes to space and he's like all emotional and he's and then Jeff Bezos is like, yeah, yeah, whatever, and he's like spraying him in the face with champagne.
what in the hole?
There's a real video. William Shatner went up in, was it Blue Origin, that where you can pay like an exorbitant amount of money and they take you up to the edge of space in your wait list and then they bring you back down. And William
Okay.
Shatner did it, and he was like super emotional like afterwards. He's like, oh, he was all these insights about life, and he starts talking about it. But Jeff Bezos is like barely paying attention to him, and he's mostly focused on like opening these bottles of expensive champagne and like spraying it everywhere, and because like he's done it, he doesn't care. It's like boring to him. But somebody edits the
That's
video, so it's
awesome.
like William Shatner starts to talk, and then all of a sudden it's like playing like the Sonic the Hedgehog music, and Jeff Bezos is like spraying the champagne everywhere, and then it's like, no, 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 go ahead, tell me what you think. Well, it's just and then he's spraying him in the face with the champagne again.
Wow, dude.
It's really silly, but yeah, I'm sure I can find it in like 2 seconds. AI, tell me where the video is. Jeff
Tell me where the soup's made.
Bezos sprays champagne in William Shatner's face.
Is a huge fuck face to Jeff Bezos or to William Shatner. I mean, to be honest, he kind of had it coming.
Yeah,
That William Shitner.
I mean, he's been a guy himself, yes. But if you watch the whole
Yes,
speech, it's like, yeah,
truly.
it was kind of nice to hear what he had to say. Okay, this should be the video. If this isn't the original, I apologize.
Now
Okay,
let's
hold
just
on.
have
Let
a
me
bit of fun talking about Jeff Bezos. Although
look
this
it
is
up
an
here.
oddly
Hold
Oh
on.
no,
unique.
this is a guy
No, I
commenting.
can't. You got it.
That's
You got
not
to put it in the chat. My bad.
that's not the one. No, there's like a ton of people commented on it, and so there's like everybody's take on it. So Jeff Bezos, William Shatner, champagne, edit. Oh man, this is funny. Okay, I'm just all right. Let me make sure this is the right one. Okay, so here's the real footage. The title is just too funny. Yeah, everybody ripped Jeff Bezos over this. You watching it?
Yeah, because he's an old man.
Yep. Yeah, he's like 90.
He's. I want to hear this.
He's like, I don't care about you, old man. I'm just gonna blow some more money. I think at a certain point you'd start to lose touch. You're like too rich and powerful to like understand anymore.
It's great because he was like, he is definitely that old now to where like he can't like completely function. He's having trouble. I mean, he made it really long. 90 years old, dude. He still looks like 10 years younger than that.
Yep.
But man, you can definitely tell he's getting up there.
Yeah.
And Bezos is like, oh, old man rambling. Oh, yep, I want to hear you. Psh. Damn it, my fucking camera, man.
Okay. Well, I
Oh,
can't if anybody can find the edit.
there
So
we go.
the problem is it's
I'm
too
back.
popular of a video now, but it's like the edit is William Shatner starts to talk and then he gets sprayed with the champagne. And then he's like, no, 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 really, I want to hear this. Like, go ahead, start. And so he starts to talk again, and then he interrupts him again. He sprays more champagne, and it keeps going. It keeps doing it over and over again. I mean, it's an obvious edit, but yeah, the original footage it conveys the message. Yep.
Yeah, what a loser, man. Mm.
Well, and some other celebrities went to space, and they got criticized because they were like trying to like record themselves instead of like, you're in space. Look, it's the Earth. Like, show us that. Don't show us, mug for the camera and show us your little toys and your sponsors. But
And like most of us will never get to do that in our lives ever, and these
right,
fuckers are like sitting there eating it up.
you're wasting it. What are you even doing?
Nope, 'cause they could probably go back up again. So
Yeah, go up again and just point it out the window. Point the camera out the window. That's all you got to do.
you assholes could try not to be complete fucktards about it. That'd be great.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah, Kate. Thanks.
Yep.
Bye.
Oh man. So that's what we've been reduced to on the Rantcast, complaining about other people. No,
I mean,
it's all part of the entertainment matrix, that we're a part
sure
of.
is.
Yeah.
We're all stupid.
Yep. So go watch Idiocracy, or just look out your window. Just turn on the internet, and you'll see.
That's right. They're all out your window.
All right. So we got any other burning topics we gotta mention?
No, I'm probably gonna be calling it
All right.
soon. So
Well, and if the past is precedent, probably there's going to be some big news drop in the world of HeroQuest after we put this up, and we'll have to deal with that, deal with the fallout when that happens. I want to know when Wizards of Morcar is dropping. Like, when is that thing coming out? And I know someone's going to say, well, but with the layoffs, maybe they canceled it, right? Maybe they are not going to do it. And by us saying that, oh, maybe they're not going to do it now, they have to tell us, no, it's really coming out. No, but my take on that, to anticipate anybody's question, is yes, it's still coming out. No reason to think not. If things are still going the way we've seen, I mean, they finish these projects well in advance, so it's probably done. It's probably ready to ship whenever they decide. We just are waiting for them to officially announce it. So maybe that'll happen in August, or maybe it won't. But I mean, they've been really quiet for quite a while, so I would think this would be a perfect time. They'll present it at Gen Con. Well, I do remember when Mage of the Mirror came out. That was their first victory, in the sense that, like, they couldn't get us, they couldn't surprise us with anything. Like, we would always know about it ahead of time. We'd always see the leak. But if they could just, all of a sudden it's just on the shelf, like, boom, there it is. Now in this case, we know it's coming. And since it's based on a property already, we pretty much know. But I guess Rise of the Dreadmoon was pretty secretive. And I mean, they kept that pretty well under wraps. I mean, it was very tightly controlled. So it could be that way this time.
right.
Still, I like the leaks. I want to see, like, a blurry picture of the box in the background. I want to see, the silhouette of one of the miniatures. I want that kind of stuff. And then of course we'll eventually see it, but that's what I I get fired up about, as you know.
On the Rantcast.
All right, man. Well, I'll let you get back to your family. Thanks for co-hosting with me tonight. Thanks to all our viewers and listeners, of course.
Before we go,
got to do our thing.
I'll play us out. I'm
right.
I'm Josh, also known as StrangeBus, and maybe sometime later on in the future, you can catch me at twitch.tv/TheStrangeBus.
Yeah.
Our wonderful host here, Kurgan, also known as HeroQuest Fans, and you can catch him at twitch.tv/HeroQuest Fans. That's twitch.tv/HeroQuest Fans. Also has a great YouTube channel, and that's XSC3, home of HeroQuest Fans. You can find him on YouTube as well. There and that name. And we have enjoyed every moment being with you guys. We will be here next Tuesday at 9 p.m. U.S. Central Standard Time. Thanks for watching the Rantcast, guys. Take good care of yourselves and each other.
Oh, yeah. And we'll get our Suno.com music going back up, and eventually this will pop up on Spotify. So, yeah, thanks everybody for checking us out.
Oh, yeah. Good raid.